Today is November 12th, and I'm now videotape the interview with Mr. Wang Boyu. Boyu, do you have an English name?
Yes.
What is your English name?
Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Okay, that's an interesting name. How did you find this name? Is it your English teacher help you find it, or you just found the name yourself?
Um, it's for English lesson. Yes.
Oh, okay. So maybe at English class, then you heard this name, you fell in love with this name. Okay, I got it. No problem. Boyu, can you tell me which grade are you currently in? Which grade?
I'm grade 3 student.
Oh, you're grade 3 of the junior high school in China, so there will be ninth grade, right? There will be ninth grade. Okay, so which grade are you applying?
Like I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what? And that doesn't matter, Boyu. I understand that you're not familiar with the American high school system, so you don't know what is the equivalent grade level. That's okay. I can talk with your agency later. But Boyu, tell me, have you taken any English exam? TOEFL.
Yes, like TOEFL exam.
Okay, wonderful. Can you tell me which score did you get?
55.
Oh, 55. That's not bad for ninth grade students. Okay. But do you plan to take the test again?
If I need, maybe I will.
Okay, if you have time, right? If it's necessary. I think you already have TOEFL 55, which says you have a good foundation in your English skills. However, if you really want to apply very top, let's say top American high schools, 55 maybe not high enough. So I would recommend you thinking about that. If you have time, maybe take the test again. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Boyu, can you tell me? Now I would like to learn a little more about yourself. Okay? Can you tell me which city are you living? Which city is your hometown?
I live in Shenyang, in the Liaoning.
Okay, Shenyang. That's northeast China, right? Northeast.
North of the China.
Okay, North China. Is it very cold in Shenyang? I've heard North China is the cold, has the cold weather in winter, right?
Yes.
Okay. It is cold. Okay. Did you already have any snow for this year?
Yes. Yesterday.
Oh,
Snow.
I see. Okay, yesterday the Shenyang city already seen the first snow. Okay, interesting. So Daniel, I'd also like to know a little more about your school life. So can you describe a typical school day for me? Like when do you have to go to school? How large is your class? What do you really do after class? After school?
Okay. I have 50 classmates. Yes. Sometimes I enjoy playing the badminton with my classmates.
Okay. Play badminton.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Do you like maybe also play table tennis? Play tennis?
Sorry, I don't know how to play the table tennis.
Oh no, never mind. You don't have to apologize for that. I don't know either. I'm just curious to see whether you. I've heard many Chinese boys from very young age they start to play table tennis, and I saw them. Wow, they move so fast.
Oh, yes.
Yes, right. Okay, so after school, sometime you play badminton with your classmates. And then how about your schoolwork? Do you have a lot of homework?
I think the homework we can finish it.
Usually, how long it takes to finish homework?
About three classes.
You mean 3 hours?
Mm, okay, okay. What
Oh, I
class
see. You
from
say
the
three classes. I see. Okay. So that made me aware. Actually, are you living in the school?
yes, I'm
Oh,
leaving.
I see. That's why you talk about three classes because at night, the boarding school students they still go to maybe study hall. They have self-study time. Okay, the three classes. That makes sense. Oh, you're living in a boarding school. Okay, interesting. So, at your dorm, in your dormitory room, how many students live in one room?
About 1,000.
Oh no, you're talking about the whole school. I'm saying, since you stay sleep at school, so your dormitory room, where you
Oh,
sleep at night, how many boys together in one room?
8 boys.
Eight boys. I thought, oh my gosh, 1,000. How large that dormitory? Okay,
In
eight boys.
the winter is warm.
Oh, I see. Yeah, if you have so many people crowded in one room, it would be warm. That's definitely the something bad, something good. Okay, so you're already living in a boarding school, so that actually will help you become more independent, right? Do you think
Yes.
you're a quite an independent boy?
Mm, yes.
Okay, good for you. I think that will help you to adjust if you come to the US to study. Okay. Yeah, because
Yes.
you already get used to living not at your own family, take care of yourself, right? Okay, so interesting to know about your out of class, your hobby, like play badminton. Other than play badminton, do you have other hobbies? Anything you do for fun?
Of course, like I enjoy playing the basketball or
Hmm.
swimming and some sports like run. Yes.
Oh, you like running. So
Yes.
that's you can join the yeah, you can when you come to the US, you definitely can join maybe a sports team in your new school, right? Even maybe track team, cross country, running. Okay, that's a lot of things you can choose. But let's go back to something about academics. Okay, what is your favorite subject of all the classes you're taking?
My favorite subject is um, English or Chinese.
Oh,
Yes.
English and Chinese. So you like this language arts class?
Um,
Um, okay, interesting. So I've heard some Chinese middle school students they complain about Chinese class because they're asked to memorize a lot of things, including like ancient poems. So what's your take? Why you like your Chinese class?
like writing some poem or some some works.
Okay, you like to read the classic literature, right?
Yes, I read some famous book.
Okay, yeah, those novels, those stories. Okay, interesting. Then can I would like to know the opposite. So, what is your least favorite subject? Which
Mm,
class you don't enjoy that much? Maybe you don't do very well.
maybe maybe my least favorite subject is is math.
Oh, it's math. We tend to assume all the Asian boys are very good at math. So, tell me a little bit more about this. Why you don't like math?
Um, my score is not good and not bad, but
Mhm.
I think the math is um, very sophisticated.
Okay, I see. So you tell me actually your score for the math class is not that bad. It's just maybe the average, right? But you feel some questions might be too complicated, right? Some math concepts. Okay, interesting. I think sometimes when a boy so enjoy English, Chinese, but not math. Maybe you're just a very creative type of person. The right brain or the left brain, I don't recall clearly. But it's okay. I just want to know more about you, okay? The next, let's talk about your future plan. I know, Daniel, you're going to apply to the US, to the American high school. Can you tell me why are you interested in starting in the US? Why you have this idea like I don't want to continue my high school in China, I want to go to America to study? Can you tell me?
Yes, because I like the robots.
You like? I'm sorry. What's the reason? Why you like? What do you like?
Robot.
Oh, okay. Robots. I got it.
Because I think the education in USA is not only for a test.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe in USA I will create some robots. That's
Mm-hmm.
my dream. Yes.
Okay, those artificial intelligence, right? And have the robots to work for human being. Yeah, that's a very inspiring new field for scientists. So pretty much, and you think about for better education opportunity, right? You want to come to the U.S. But other than that, other than the education, is there any other reason if you come to the US, come to a totally new country to study, will do you good?
Mm, I think education in China is just for a test.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. Yeah, you just mentioned that. For me, I would also recommend you have a very open mind, not just focus on education, academics. Think about when you come to the US, you are actually exposed to a new culture, okay? You will have new experiences. And that's also a part you might feel very excited. But on the other hand, that might also be the part scare you. I know for you, maybe it's not bad. You already live studying at boarding school. You are already quite independent. But have you thought about the challenge starting in the U.S.? Have you thought about the challenge you're going to face?
Yes, maybe I cannot, cannot become, I cannot make friends in America when I came to here. Maybe our culture is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I think I will, I will.
You just try your best, okay? As I just mentioned, have an open mind. Okay, trying to interact with different culture, different people, you'll be fine. For one thing, you like play badminton, you like to play basketball. That's already a good start. Okay, there's so many American boys also so love sports. Maybe at your new school, you can set up a badminton club, so you can teach American classmates how to play badminton. Okay, interesting. Let's move on to your future school. Okay, what would be your ideal school look like? Do you want it like a school be very large or very small? Do you like a school be a single gender school or co-ed, like with both boys and girls, or all boys school will be fine with you? Have you thought about anything about your future school? Can you share with me?
Okay, I want to go to a school um, in a good city. Yes,
Okay, in large cities?
like mm,
How about where I live, Los Angeles? Come to Los Angeles. You can also watch NBA game here.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. I see you like to study at a school located in city, right? Okay.
Oh, sorry, city or country. Okay.
Countryside is also fine, right?
Oh, what?
I mean, city and countryside, the rural area is also fine with you? Because you just mentioned that you want to study in large city.
Um, Not the large city, like the um, Seattle, right?
Okay, yeah, Seattle. That is a
Yes,
big city, actually.
yes.
hmm Okay, that's okay. How about the school? Like, do you prefer co-ed, which means have both boys and girls, or you want a school, or you're okay with a boys' school?
Both boys and girls.
Okay, you want a co-ed school. That is fine. And how about school size? Big school or small school? Thought about that?
Oh, that's alright. Yes.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Maybe,
Yeah, you're right because big.
maybe, maybe the large school is more cool. Yes.
Okay, maybe a little bit large. Yeah, personally, I would not think school size is a big issue to think about because as long as there have not too few students, okay, then they have different advantages. For a large school, you may have a lot of excited games, lots of activities. But for smaller school, you can have a very close relationship with the teachers, the faculty, and the students. Okay, so it has both pros and cons. Okay, and about the school, like school programs, have you thought about that? And I think you mentioned you like to build a robot, so we would definitely look for a school has a robot club, the science club. Okay,
Okay.
so is it like a science is your also something you want to maybe do in your future? So do you want to attend a school with a strong science program?
Yes.
Okay. How about the other? Some students prefer the school has lots of sports teams. Some students are very good at art, so they look for the art program. How about you? I just mentioned the Robert, science. Anything else in your mind?
Um, yes, I like the robots, assistant technology. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And like music.
Music, okay, that's something I just heard. So,
Uh,
do you play any music instrument?
oh yes.
So, which do you play?
Like the saxophone. Yes, saxophone.
Oh, how many years have you been playing saxophone?
About 4 years.
4 years. Wow, you must be pretty good about that already. Have you?
I'm not playing but not very good.
Okay, you're very humble. I appreciate that. Have you played? Have you done any performance for the saxophone, playing saxophone?
Hmm, no.
Okay, don't worry. You're still quite young and you can learn. Okay, interesting. You know what? Before I interview you, I got some information from your agents, and I was told you're looking specifically of schools in Ohio. Is that any particular reason why you're interested in schools in the state of Ohio?
Because once a time my teacher talked with me, and he was studying in Ohio. Yes, when he was a student.
Is it Ohio State University?
Um, I'm
But
sorry.
never mind. You're talking about your teacher. Is it a Chinese teacher or it's a native speaker, like American teacher?
Oh, he's like me. Yes, he's a Chinese teacher
Oh,
and went to
so
America for
I see. So that's the reason you want to study at Ohio?
he taught his advantages of Ohio.
Yeah,
Like
but have you ever thought about if there's another Chinese person who study in other states and when you meet that person, he may tell you something about the advantages of this place he has been staying, right?
yes,
So honestly, very to be frank, I thought at the beginning, I thought it must be you have some relatives living in Ohio. That might be the only reason I would accept for a boy before application already narrowed down. I only apply to Ohio schools. Ohio is in a Midwest state. I don't say anything bad about Ohio, but I don't think in whatever way Ohio, the state, is much better than the other states. So, okay, anyway, let me just tell you my opinion, okay? I don't think you should narrow down, should only focus a school in Ohio. You just mentioned that also like you like the city Seattle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if in that sense, I would recommend you also think about some big cities, West Coast or East Coast, just trying to be open to the other options, okay?
Okay.
If I were you, I would mainly prefer to make sure the school has the programs I want, and the school is the right size, and also make sure the school has a strong support for international students. I kind of notice your English is not bad, but to be honest, your English is also not very strong. Okay,
Yes.
your vocabulary is not large enough. In that sense, I would think if a school has some ESL program, okay, have some support, will do you much better. So, with that being said, I think I'm pretty much finished our conversation. And do you have any question for me? Today's main purpose is for me to know more about you, then we can recommend a school to
Okay.
you. Yeah.
I want to ask, what's the country in South America?
What country? What?
What's it like? Yes, the country of America.
Pretty much you asked me what America looks like,
Oh
right?
yes, yes.
It's you know what? I'm a native Chinese, so I have been living in China for over 20 years now. I moved to this country. It is very different. For one thing, like when we're in China, we call it a homogeneous society, which means people pretty much look all the same. We're all Asians. But when you come to the US, this is a very diverse society. Okay, you have African American people, you have Asians, you have the white people. So I think that might be something first you will feel very different. Okay, compare living in China, and I think that's a good thing. I personally, I that's why from the beginning I emphasize I want you to have an open mind. You get ready to interact with people from other cultures. I think that's the beauty of diverse society. Okay. And also that's a reason I just personally I just feel why Ohio. Ohio is a little bit a homogeneous society, okay, not as Seattle or Los Angeles or other big cities. You will get an opportunity to interact with people from all different places. And you're right about the American high school. Let me warn you, American high school, the students are also they have to work very hard. Okay, it's not like I think there's some assumption in China thought
Yes, I know,
American
I
high
know.
school are
Yes.
just they're lazy, they're stupid. No, that's not the case. Especially for students who want to go to a good college, they work extremely hard. They prepare for their test. They always trying to be the best they can, and also they're very involved in those extracurricular activities. Okay, so be ready for that. But I think that's a good thing, right? That's the full best years. Try to get whatever the most you can. So anything else? I think where I live, Los Angeles, the weather is totally different from Shenyang. We're pretty much I think a little bit like a Kunming. The whole year we're in good weather. People all come to Southern California for the good weather. We're spoiled in terms of that. Okay, I hope I give you some idea about that. You haven't watched a lot of American movies, right? Maybe
Yes.
watched some
Okay.
TV operas. So you should already have some idea about what America looks like. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so any other question?
No.
Okay, wonderful. Another thing is, so what I'm going to do is after our interview, maybe I contact your agency and see how we can best help you. I was told maybe your parents won't talk to us. Is that the case? Is your parent around?
Should I tell my parents now?
It's up to you. Yeah, you can ask them. Ask them whether they want to talk to me because I told you I'm also native Chinese. I can speak Chinese. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you can ask them.
Just for a moment. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.